A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's exactly 8 p.m. here in Cairo. It's a very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And it's time for the Panorama edition, where we bring you the latest political, economic, and sports news. I'm Nana Al-Qassas, and I'll be here for the political segment. And we start off with President Fattah ElSissi, who on Wednesday stressed that Egypt is keen to boost its relations with the European Union, Egypt's biggest trade partner. The president's statement came during his meeting with a delegation from the EU Parliament, and the presidential spokesman Ali Youssef said that President ElSissi welcomed the delegation and stressed that Egypt and the EU should continue consultations in dealing with current challenges such as extremism, terrorism, and migrants crisis. ElSissi also explained to the European delegation that the European security is linked to the Middle East security and stability. President Fattah ElSissi also met on Wednesday with Azerbaijan's foreign minister. The minister handed a message to President ElSissi from his Azerbaijani counterpart, including an invitation to President ElSissi to visit Azerbaijan. During the meeting, President ElSissi stressed that the joint committee between the two countries, scheduled to be held by Cairo by the end of November, is a good chance to boost bilateral cooperation. For his part, the Azerbaijan foreign minister stressed that Azerbaijan is keen to prepare for the joint committee between the two countries to bolster the bilateral cooperations in all fields. Earlier in the day, Foreign Minister Sameh Shukri met with his Azerbaijani counterpart. Foreign Minister spokesman Ahmed Abu Zaid pointed out that the ministers discussed the joint committee meeting due to be held by the end of the month. Also, the two ministers reviewed the regional issues as well as Egypt's efforts to combat terrorism and illegal migration. President Fattah ElSissi gave his directive to the armed forces to continue supporting the country's institutions to face the aftermath of the floods in Red Sea and Sohag governorates. The armed forces worked in the past 24 hours in Ras Gharib to clear areas hit by the floods from water. And in its weekly meeting, the Cabinet Prime Minister Sharif Ismail tackled a number of economic, political and security files. The Cabinet also discussed reports and national projects, services presented to citizens and providing them with essential goods at low prices. Grand Imam of Al-Azhar al-Sharif, Sheikh Ahmed al-Tayyib, participates in Abu Dhabi on Wednesday in the fourth round of the Muslims Council of Elders and the Anglican Communications Dialogue entitled Towards an Understanding Integrated World. In his opening speech, al-Tayyib asserted that this dialogue aims to reduce the sufferings of people worldwide. Present at the event were Dr. Amal Abdullah al-Kubaisi, Speaker of the Federal National Council, head of the Anglican Communication, and the many other high-ranking officials, along with a number of religious and cultural figures from around the world. The Singaporean President Tony Tan met on Wednesday with Pope Tawadros II, the Pope of the Alexandria and the Patriarch of St. Mark, and the meeting tackled the cooperation between Egypt and Singapore in fighting extremism, as well as the good relations between Muslims and Christians. On the sidelines of the meeting, Nile TV's Linda Abdel conducted the following interview, and we have more details in the following interview.
The meeting between Singaporean President Tony Tan and Pope Tawadros II, the Pope of Alexandria and the Patriarch of St. Mark Episcopate, was a friendly one. Pope Tawadros spoke about the Christians in Egypt and how the church was established. He also spoke about the very good relations between Muslims and Christians, and that is shown in the mutual cooperation and the meetings that take place between Pope Tawadros and the Grand Imam of Al-Azhar at the different events. Pope Tewodros also spoke about the relation between their church and the state institutions and his good relation with President Abdel Fattah AlSissi and the government. He also thanked the Singaporean president for the cooperation taking place between Egypt and Singapore and said that Egypt has a promising future in light of the mega projects that are being implemented in the country. He also hailed the fact that the Singaporean president participates in such projects and called him to have more cooperation and strengthen this relation. For his part, the Singaporean president said that he's coming to cooperate with Egypt on the economic and investment levels and at the same time to cooperate to fight extremism.